Is it finally time to upgrade your gaming laptop? In this video, I'll talk about the Legion 5 Pro, and after using it for about a month, I will give my opinions on why I think this might be the best laptop in the market right now. Firstly, let's talk about the specifications of this laptop. So my unit comes with the AMD Ryzen 7 5800H CPU. It has the RTX 3070 with 8GB of GDDR6 VRAM and a max TGP of 140 watts. It has a dual channel 16GB memory. It has a 1TB NVMe SSD storage. It comes with a 16-inch QHD display with a 16:10 aspect ratio. Brightness is around 500 nits at maximum. It has a 165Hz refresh rate and is HDR certified with Dolby Vision enabled. It also has both G-Sync and AMD FreeSync. It comes with an 80Wh battery and the laptop weighs approximately 2.5 kilograms. And it comes with a 300W charger that weighs around 1 kilogram. I have a few viewers commenting on my videos asking whether we will see black bars when the screen resolution is not set to the native resolution. So over here I will demonstrate what happens if you change the resolution of your game to something that is not the 16:10 aspect ratio. So most games will actually stretch itself to fill the whole screen if you set it to the 16:9 aspect ratio. The lid of the laptop can be lifted by one finger, showing good weight distribution, and the hinges feels very solid. There is very little flex on the keyboard deck area. The whole chassis feels very solid as it's mainly made out of aluminium. This is how typing sounds like on the keyboard. Now we'll talk about the ports on this laptop. On the left, you have a single USB-C with DisplayPort 1.4 and a headphone jack. On the right, there's an e-shutter button that allows you to turn off the webcam and the single USB-A. So most of the ports are actually at the back. You have an Ethernet port, a USB Type-C that supports power delivery, 3 USB Type-A's, and also a HDMI 2.1 port. And you also have the power-in connector on the right side of the laptop. The lack of a SD card reader is actually a glaring miss, which I feel might be uncomfortable for some content creators. The Lenovo VANTAGE software let us set 3 different thermal mode settings. There is a network boost function. The laptop comes with a mark switch, but a reboot will be necessary to activate the dedicated GPU mode. There's also an option to enable panel overdrive to improve the response rate of the panel. The software will notify you of any system updates in this area and also allows you to set macro keys. Under the power section, you can also set the battery to conservation mode so that it will not charge beyond 60% to preserve battery life. The 720p webcam can be disabled in this section. Personally, I would have preferred to have a physical webcam shuttle. This unit unfortunately does not come with RGB keyboard lightings for the extra boost in FPS. There's only white backlighting, but we can set the intensity of the brightness through this software. The touchpad is also very accurate and smooth as it uses Windows Precision drivers. G-Sync is also enabled after a recent BIOS update. GPU overclocking is now available in the BIOS section. In Shadow of the Tomb Raider, by running the in-game benchmark, after overclocking the GPU, we see an increase of 2 frames per second, which I think is not really worth it. Here I'm testing out Immortals Phoenix Rising, and we can see how the game performs before overclocking and after overclocking. Now let's take a look at some gaming benchmarks in maximum QHD settings. So most AAA titles will actually run close to 60 FPS with ray tracing and DLSS turned off. In my opinion, the performance of this laptop at QHD setting is very impressive, and this might just be the best RTX 3070 laptop in the market right now. I highly recommend to check out Jared's Tech's video on the XMG Neo 15 as the performance is very similar to the Legion 5 Pro. You may also want to check out Hardware Unbox video where they benchmark RTX 3070 laptops with different TDPs. I'll put the link to these videos in my description box. Despite the positives, I feel that this laptop might not actually be for everybody. The first issue is probably the weight, as the combined weight of the laptop and the charger weighs about 3.5 kilograms. If you are looking to bring this laptop to the school or to your workplace, it might be somewhat uncomfortable for you. Next up, I have a few viewers complaining about the thermals of this laptop. In a graphically intensive game like Cyberpunk 2077, you can see that the GPU can heat up to 82 degrees and the CPU can go up to 90 degrees if you do not use a cooling pad or elevate your laptop to allow airflow at the bottom. Now let's see how different thermal modes can actually affect the temperature and performance in games. CPU wattage is handicapped in quiet mode, leading to lower temperatures but performance suffers as a result. There is no difference when using the balance mode or the performance mode. Sometimes I encounter a bug where GPU power is restricted to 55 watts, and this leads to lower temperatures in the GPU and CPU, but performance suffers as a result. This is probably not an issue with the Legion 5 Pro, as similar problems can be found in the Zephyrus G50. Thirdly, if you are someone who is invested in the Thunderbolt ecosystem, you might not be too happy that this laptop doesn't come with a Thunderbolt port, as it's using an AMD chip and not an Intel chip. I feel like this laptop might not be for you if you mainly play esports titles such as Dota 2, Overwatch, or Fortnite. The Legion 5 Pro only comes with the 165Hz screen and it does not have a 240Hz or 300Hz Full HD option. So if you are mainly playing esports titles, you will probably want the screen with a higher refresh rate. So let's talk about pricing. My unit retails at around 2700 SGD, which is about 2000 USD. I expect prices to be lower in the US or Europe region, as laptops in Singapore are generally more overpriced compared to other countries. The Legion 5 is also available with the RTX 3060 configuration and the higher end RTX 3080 configuration as well. My old gaming laptop is the HP Omen 15 with a GTX 1060, so I know what it's like to own a gaming laptop. Let's sum up by talking about the positive and negatives of the Legion 5 Pro. This laptop has a very good build quality. It has a mux switch that allows Optimus to be disabled so that we get a performance boost in games. As I've been gaming on the Full HD 1080p display for a very long time, I've decided that I wanted to try gaming on a higher resolution QHD display. Upgradability is great as you can actually upgrade both memory sticks and also add a second NVMe SSD drive. Gaming performance is excellent and it's also cheaper than other RTX 3070 laptops that can be found in the market right now. 4K gaming might even be possible if you are willing to turn down the settings a little. For the negatives, I don't feel comfortable bringing this laptop around due to its weight, unless I decided to get a USB-C charger. It will also be better if Lenovo is able to offer us more options for displays, such as a 240Hz and 300Hz Full HD display. Then, this laptop will be attractive to esports gamers as well. The lack of an SD card reader and Thunderbolt port might be an annoyance to some people, but personally, I don't find that an issue. Now, should you upgrade to the Legion 5 Pro? Personally, I feel if you have a GTX 1060 laptop and you are only aiming to game at Full HD resolution, it is still very capable, and you still can get decent frame rates at medium to high settings for most of the AAA titles. So, I feel like if you have the previous generation RTX 2070 or 2080 laptops, now is probably not the time for you to upgrade. But if you wish to have better gaming performance, and if you have something like a GTX 1050 or 1650, this is definitely a laptop worth considering. I hope you find this video informative, and thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys next time.